limited resources, decisions on funding priorities will always lead to resentments from recipients who don't need those set of services. Then someone from the corner of the room spoke up. He had a fancy derby hat, a Chesterfield overcoat, and an ebony walking stick in his hand. Service saturation levels need to be balanced. He was speaking a language of progress, but no one was listening to him. So, it goes on, and it actually, in the conversations, it shows all the fault lines of a system that is trying to make sense. They say diversity, one size doesn't fit all, and she actually says, that's fine, but do you know how many sizes you are? And it's pretty similar to some of the debates we have in India, the reserved categories we used to have. I'm sure we have them still, but it's more or less the same parliamentary system. We just don't have the Queen here. We have the Queen there still as a nominal head, which I had major problems in, by the way, when I went there. I refused to take the oath to the Queen. It took us 250 years to oust her out. I don't move countries to go and start paying my allegiance to the Queen, right? So, yeah, I almost got fired on that one, but I'm a true Indian that way.
So you didn't take the oath?
No, I didn't take the oath, and they had memos and they had meetings on what to do with me, and they first coaxed me. They said, that's not a very good career move for you, and it's going to be detrimental to your job and you lose your benefits. And I said, listen, I've moved countries. If I had to look at benefits, I wouldn't have left you guys, right? So Prita, go on.
All right, yeah.
Okay, so.
It's on.
Okay, so as my mom, I know that you have put in a lot of hard work into this book, and there have been countless nights where I wake up and you're still awake, and I'm like, what are you doing? So throughout this whole journey, what has been the hardest part for you? As a mom and as an author?
Dealing with children.
It's been the hardest part. When you guys are sitting in the living room and watching a movie that I absolutely want to see, and I have a deadline with my publisher, and I have to give it to her, my heart breaks. And guess what I do? Hang the deadline.
As someone who's known you from childhood, I wanted to ask you, dance was one of your first entry into the world of culture, and I remember your playing the Mahabharata when you were a little girl. Now, there are many Mahabharats happening. Now, how do you relate a modern Mahabharata to the Mahabharata as you played it when you were a child?
Do you mean the one happening at home, or do you mean the one happening outside?
The one that's happening in your life?
Issues and isms don't change. Basic mute human nature doesn't change. We all are the same, no matter where, which part of the globe. We all have the same jealousies. We all have the same sense and need to be loved, to be honored, to move ahead, to push other people down, and to succeed, and to be inspirational. So that doesn't change. What changes is the manner in which each issue is portrayed according to the cultural nuances of that country and the law of the land. The Mahabharats that are happening in Canada these days, the diasporic debates that some of them I'm engaged in, are very, very instrumental because we all know what's happening with our dear neighbor in the south, right? And there is this whole resurgence of a new kind of nationalism, which is actually sweeping Europe as well. Many continents like Germany is being swept in them. So Canada in these days is putting itself on a different path under Justin Trudeau, and I don't know how long he'll last though, but as of now, to distance itself ideologically as a place which is more friendly and open and accessible to people of the world. Mahabharats are happening because mainstream Canada is changing. It's no longer the WASP, the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant Canada anymore. People from the East, from good backgrounds, are flocking. Last year, there were 500,000 immigrants from South Asia alone. And out of this, only 250 were documented. The rest came as students, domestic workers. So if you combine all the categories, that's what's happening. So when the complexion of mainstream Canada is changing, power structures and identities are changing. I have a blog on my website. I had no intention of talking about it, but the blog is called Tell Tale. It looks at stories of everyday, ordinary people who are doing extraordinary work without knowing that they're even doing something. People from outside who listen to their stories think it's great. So what I started doing is, I'm working with Brock University with a couple of my professors in political science, and we are tracking at a higher level the change of those identities over time. If I ask you today to tell me about yourself,